economy. But again, when I think about modernizing the airport and spending billions to make the facilities better, I don't want to leave behind the workers who keep that airport running. Workers like Jose Hernandez, who is expected to provide wheelchair service to passengers, but who cannot even afford health insurance for him and his wife. As we better our airport, we need to make sure that Jose and his fellow airport workers also make a decent living. This is how we create our own economic stimulus package in Los Angeles. You know, if there was one moment that defined my last 4 years, sadly, it would be the tragic death of 14-year-old Cheryl Green. Cheryl's story made national news after she was shot and killed by a gang member while simply hanging out in her own Harbor Gateway neighborhood with her girlfriends after school. Cheryl was killed simply because she was African American. I attended Cheryl's funeral. It was about a week before Christmas in 2006, and it had a profound effect on me. This beautiful girl was being buried in a beautiful white dress, which should have been her prom dress. And that was the tipping point for me, and I think for our city. That's when I decided that something had to be done to stop gang violence in Los Angeles. Cheryl's mother, Charlene, and I walked that neighborhood door to door. We talked to Latinos and African Americans, and we heard that there was nowhere in that community for young people to go and learn from each other and play together and have tolerance for each other. And we decided that we needed to do something in Cheryl's memory. And 2 weeks ago, we had more tears, Cheryl's mother and I. But these were tears of happiness as Charlene and I opened the brand new Cheryl Green Youth Community Center in her neighborhood. But this was just a small victory in our war on gangs. There is nothing that hinders our ability to attract tourists, to attract new businesses, and have quality of life than gang violence. For years, as our city attorney-elect said, we have been fighting the war on gangs in Los Angeles, but we've been losing. Today, there are twice as many gang members and 7 times as many gangs as when we started. The only way we will ever win the war on gangs is to invest in our young people on the front end by keeping them from joining gangs in the first place. We need to invest in gang prevention programs like the Gang Alternative Program, which started right here in the Harbor area. GAP is in every part of my city council district, but it needs to be in every part of Los Angeles. We need to provide after-school programs for every child in Los Angeles. We need to give our young people access to job training and apprenticeship programs, and we need to give them something to say yes to besides joining a gang. Last fall, I was joined by Chief Bratton and our rank-and-file police officers to campaign on something very courageous. We were going to pass a gang prevention measure, which would have provided $30 million a year to give our young people after-school job training opportunities, prevention opportunities, and to keep them from joining gangs in the first place. While we didn't quite make it, I was so encouraged that over 66% of Angelenos voted to support that measure. And while we didn't get the 66.6 that we needed to pass, it told me that we all agree on one thing. We have to invest in our young people in the early part of their lives if we will ever win this war on gangs. And I have not given up on that. And I think I have a partner and our new city attorney, Trutanich, to once again ask the voters to invest in kids before they join in the first place, and I am confident that this time we will win. You know, you've heard it spoken about this morning, but Watts is such a great example of what a community has done to overcome the hold of gangs on them. In Watts, we have done that. We've gathered together activists and clergy and educators and community members and our police officers, and we meet every Monday morning in my office, and we've created the Watts Gang Task Force. And today, crime in Watts has been cut in half, and that is amazing. The community and the police officers are working together to solve problems and to end the violence. That choir that sang here this morning, I saw many in the audience with tears running down their faces, because I hope you agree with me that it's that generation that will finally end the cycle of violence that has plagued Los Angeles for so many years. The Watts Gang Task Force is being duplicated all over my district and all over the country. In fact, I just got word last week that the Attorney General of the United States, Eric Holder, called, and he wants to come personally and visit the Watts Gang Task Force because he has heard of their good works. It's been a busy 8 years. There's been a lot to be proud of, and I want to thank all of you for helping me to get so much done for our city. We've faced unbelievable challenges and obstacles, but together we have fought the fight and we have won many victories. But we have much more to do. This is a difficult time in Los Angeles, and we face a number of challenges. Our economy is weak, and our air and our water are still polluted, and we are plagued by gang violence. But as we have done before, I believe we will pick ourselves up, we will dust ourselves off, and we will reinvent ourselves if we have to. And in solving these problems, we will put people back to work. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in times of challenge and controversy. We will all be measured, all of us, by how we navigate the coming years. I ask you today to keep working with me, and I pledge to you that I will not stop. I will continue to be courageous. I will continue to fight the good fight, and I will continue to be your champion on the issues that matter to you most. And together, because this is Los Angeles, where anything is possible and where dreams come true, we will succeed. Thank you, and God bless.